Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to show you how to make this lovely sunflower granny square book cover. You can use any kind of granny squares, literally anything you want, but I'm going to be using these. These are adorable, lovely. I've got a tutorial on them on my last video. Let's get straight into it. You're going to need, if you're doing my version of the sunflowers, they're each about 9.5 centimeters wide, so you're going to need 12 of these to cover the book properly because of the page area as well. So when you've got 12 of these, 12 of any kind of granny squares, or however much you need to cover your whole book, then come back and I'll show you how to make the lovely book cover. You're going to need 4 colours. I'm using these 4 colours from Drops. The yarn is Paris, and this is curry, this is yellow, brown, and then this is like greenish blue. So to start off, you're gonna get your brown. You're gonna make a magic loop. If you don't know how to do that, I've got a tutorial on my page. It's actually really simple. So you're gonna chain 1 to secure it in, and now you're gonna do a half double crochet into the loop, and half double crochet, and another half double crochet. You're going to make 12 of these, so that's 2, 11, and the last one 12, and that's all you need for the center. Now you're just gonna pull on the loose end till it closes up like that. Make sure it's nice and tight. And then you're going to slip stitch into that first half double crochet. It might be really tight to get into, but after a bit of a struggle, it should be okay. So I'm going to chop this off, leave like a bit, doesn't have to be too much. And now you're going to pull on this to get rid of that slip stitch. There you go. Now we're going to move on to the next colour. So I'm going to be doing the light version now, so let's get our mustardy yellow. Now you're going to get your hook again, go into any of the stitches, literally anywhere, doesn't matter. Now you're going to get your yarn and you're going to pull it through with your hook, just like that. And to secure it, you're just gonna make a knot. Now you're gonna put your hook back through that hole. You're gonna get some yarn from the other side and chain 1. Now you're gonna yarn over, go inside, same loop, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through all 3 of those. You've got your first little petal. Now you're going to chain 1 to secure that. You're going to yarn over and then go into the next stitch, pull through. But now, because we don't have that chain 1, we need to make another one of these. So you're going to yarn over, go through and pull through. So now you've got 5 stitches, 5 loops on your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now you're going to pull through all 5 of those. So you've got the second one. It's like a little bubble. Chain 1, yarn over, into, pull through, yarn over, into, pull through. Yarn over, pull through all 5. Chain 1. And you're going to repeat that all the way around. So yarn over, go through, pull through, yarn over, go through, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 5. So you should start having this little pattern here. It's like literally little bubbles, and it's the little petals that you can see here, like these. So I'm going to show you what to do. So complete all of them. So I'm just doing the 12th one, pulling through all 5. So you should end up with a little circle like this. Now you're going to chain 1 and then slip stitch into that top stitch. It's not this one, but the second one here. It's going to go through and slip stitch. Oh, Okay, give it another try. And slip stitch. There we go. Chop this off, also leave like a slightly longer end. And like that. If you've got a hole in the middle, just pull on that one string and it'll close up again, just like that. So now, get rid of your dark yellow or the light yellow, depending on which type you're doing. And now get your light one. And now you're gonna go through between any one of these. So you're like, pull these apart, stick your hook in there, then pull through the yellow and make a knot. Now that you've made a knot, you're going to go through and pull through. You're going to chain 2, so 1, 2. You're going to yarn over, go into that same hole, pull through, and pull through 2, just like that. Yarn over, go in, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now you've got 3 on your hook. Yarn over, go in, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So now you've got 4. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 4 of those. So that makes one of the big petals. Now you're going to chain 2, yarn over, go into the next hole, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And you're going to do that 4 times. So you always have 4 of those thingies. Here you just did it 3 times because you had that chain 2. But here's the 4th time. Now you're going to yarn over, pull through all 5 loops because there's one from last time. You're going to chain 2 and repeat that all the way around like we did with these, but you're going to do it with this pattern. Just finish the 11th one, so we're going to do the last one. Yarn over, go into that gap, pull through 2, yarn over, go in, pull through 2, 3, and last one 4, yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 2, and now you're not going to slip stitch into any of these, but you're going to slip stitch into this top big one. So you're going to go through that one, pull through, and oh, why do I always bugger this up? Go through, and pull through. Now let's chop this off, leaving a slightly longer end. Doesn't have to be massive, but can't be too small. And now you're left off with this. If your edges are curling up a little bit, luckily mine aren't, they're nice and straight, then it's okay. If you've got like that little thingamajig where you like spread it, then you're fine, but I don't have that and it doesn't curl, so I'm good. Now you're gonna go get your 4th and final color. I've got this lovely greenish blue. So once again, you're gonna pick any hole, random, doesn't really matter. Pull through, just like that, and now you're gonna make a knot with the right iron, not with anything else, just like that. And now you're gonna pull through some yarn, you can chain 3, and that counts as your first triple crochet. Now you're gonna do 1 triple crochet into that same gap, 3, because this is the corner, we're gonna now chain 2, so 1, 2, and then do 2 more triple crochets into that same space. So that's 1, and that's 2. So now you've got that corner. Now you're gonna yarn over and do 3 double crochets into this gap. That's 1, 2, and 3. Just like that, and you're going to do the same in this one. So once again, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3. Now you're gonna, because you've always got corner, 2, and then another corner here. That's how it's gonna go alongside the whole thing. So now you're gonna do a triple crochet to start off that corner. So triple crochet, then another triple crochet, and you're gonna chain 2, and then 2 more triple crochets into that same spot. Okay, so it should look something like this. Now there's going to be 3 double crochets, 3 double crochets, corner, 3, 3, corner, 3, 3. So when you finish that off, I'm going to show you what to do next. So I've now finished the last 3 double crochets, and now I'm going to slip stitch into not these 3 but this top big one again, because those are the most secure. So you're going to go in, pull through and pull through. You're going to cut off, loop, leaving some yarn, leaving some space, and pull through, tighten it up so the slip stitch disappears, and you've got your little sunflower. Yay! Finishing this off will be weaving in all these edges. Now you're going to get your needle, and you're going to start from the middle. So you're going to get the one that you pull to make the hole close, and you're going to pull it one last time, just like that, and you're going to put it on your needle. Just like that. And now I know you can't see much because it is so dark, but there's, as you can see on your one, there's like the stitches. So you're going to go through some of those, literally random ones. Just going to go through it. As you can see here, it goes under, but don't go all the way through so it's not visible on the other side. So you're going to go through 1/4 of it until you like begun here and you end here, and now you're going to go across that hole, so in case it does open up, you will always like have a slight more brown area there. So we're going to go into some of the center ones, pull through, don't want that, just like that, and one more, until eventually you circle back to where you started, and that is where you make a knot with the other strand of brown. Now we're going to chop it off. Boy, can't even do that anymore. Now that you've done that, we're going to move on to the next colour, which is this lovely mustard yellow, but if you did it the other way around, then it's your normal yellow. And with the petals, you'll want to work into all of these stitches, not all of them, but like into these lines. And so you're just going to go through that like that, and you're basically just always going to make your way all the way to the other one. I recommend always putting your needle onto the longest strand, and here when you're going across, you don't want it to be too visible, so you're going to go through that brown part because that's very hidden. Just like that, and from the other side you can't see anything that's happening in the back, which is all we basically need. They're going to go through some of these, literally anywhere you feel like it. I feel like this middle one, because why not? What the hell? Oh, there we go. And now I am close enough to this stitch, so taking the needle out and making a knot. You're going to cut that off. Now I'm going to do the exact same with this one. Now for the last one, I'm going to take the outside one. You always have to take the outside one for the the last layer because you don't want a knot to be on the edge of your granny square. And with this, there's a very simple, great trick. So the little bump and then there's the stitch, and you're going to go through half of that stitch to the bad side, just like that, and look, it disappears. There's no longer that big of a bump and it's just gone. So now you're going to do the same thing we've been doing with the rest. Just go through a bunch of them until you get to the other loose end. Now that you're there, even it out so it doesn't shrink, and make another knot. And you're done. You've got your lovely sunflower granny square. So basically, when I get a book, not sponsored, just love this book, it's like much smaller than the actual thing. If you take it twice, then you're basically gonna have nearly a whole granny square wrapping over it like this as like a little closing place for it. So I'm now gonna start sewing this together. So what you're gonna need is probably the best is to have the same color as you used as the background, because then it doesn't show that much. And I'm gonna be using a needle, but you can do it with your hook if you want to, if you know how to do that. I just find it very difficult and I like the needle effect more, so I'm gonna be doing that. So you're gonna get your yarn. You can actually get any color you want. I just want it to match the background, and you're gonna get quite a long piece. I usually get triple of what I need, so that's 1, 2, 3. Gonna chop it here. And now just gonna put this on. And now you're gonna start sewing them together. When you're sewing these together, you're gonna get your yarn and you're gonna start off, if you're doing the granny squares I made, you're gonna start off, there's chain 2 here, so you're gonna go into that second one. Oh, sorry, wrong. You're gonna go through the bottom half of that second one, just like that. And you're gonna do the same thing here, so there's the chain 2, these two. You can go into that small one, into the bottom one. Gonna go through like this, and you're gonna make a knot just to secure it. And now just gonna go through the whole thing, always picking up on those bottom stitches. So here I'm gonna go just through this half, the bottom half, then here through this bottom half, making sure I don't sew this loose end into it as well, and don't scrunch it up too much because then it won't have the proper effect. So once again, through half here, and pull through. Half, half, pull. And you're gonna go through the whole thing like that. And in the end, you should end by that chain 2. That's 1, and then there's the first one here as well, just like that. And now that it's joined like this, it looks absolutely stunning. Just gonna go through that little loop that you just made twice because that secures it the most. Pull till it makes a knot, and there you go. Let it loose. And now you're gonna do this with all the couples that I'm gonna show you. When you've got it all arranged in the order you'll want them to be, so I've got these two joined together. I'm going to join these two like that, and then these two like that, and then I'll show you how to do the rest. If it's looking like this, you should use the same exact method to sew together. You can do this any way you want, either sew this, this and this, or you can sew these. It's probably better to just sew these so they're 4, 4, 4, and then you're going to sew them all together. So I'll just sew it together and then I'll show you what to do next. So this is what it should look like after you connect these. I'm so excited because it's actually coming together into actual fabric and not little squares. And now I'm just going to sew these two together, and we're basically going to have the fabric to make the book cover. But before you even start thinking about sewing all of this up, you have to get rid of these just to make sure that it's nice and secure. The edge, the corners ones don't really matter. Literally just the ones that are inside of it. You'll deal with these edge ones later. So what you'll want to do is see, ooh, I've got two here, and then you're gonna stick this in here and pull one through, just like that, and then pull the second one through a different hole so then you can still tie them together, just like this. Make a double knot, nice and tight so there's not many holes, and there you go. You don't have to chop it off yet, you can do that later. And you're going to do that with every single one of these. It also really helps fill out those awkward holes between each granny square. See that difference? These are filled in, these got like holes in them. Hole, no hole, no hole. You get it. Now that that's all done, it should be looking something like this. See how much neater it is? I know, right? So now you're gonna, since I don't have the thingy to stretch it out, then I'm just gonna ignore that step. But if you do have like the blocking board, then sure, you can do that if it doesn't look nice and even. But we're gonna go straight to the sewing. So you're gonna put your book exactly on the edge, just like that. And then you're gonna take this and flip it over just like that. And that's basically all you're going to do. This will be left to close it up. And now you're just going to sew these, sew this and sew this together. I'm going to be using the same colour that I used for the background. You can use any colour. I'm going to use triple the amount of what I would normally need. Chop that off. Let's start off at this end. So you're going to go through two of the stitches on either side and pull through and then make a knot. Now you're going to mark where you want it to be, so without any stretching, I want it to end here, just like that. Seal that off and take the book out. And now you're just going to sew this together like you're sewing anything else. Put these ends out of the way, you're going to leave them in later on. We're just going to go from one side through both stitches, through the whole stitch, and to the other. You're going to go across the whole area that you're sewing together. Then when you're nearing the end, just going to finish off those last few stitches just like that. And now that I'm by my marker, I'm just going to go through it once, and then as I'm going to go through it again, and this time you're going to go through that loop, don't fully pull through, and do 1, 2, pull, and it's secure. Yay! So you're gonna get your stitch marker out of there, and there you go, you've got one part of the pocket finished. Now you're gonna do the other part, which I'm gonna measure again just to make sure I have it right. See, it fits perfectly. So this one should be basically the same, just like that, and you're gonna do the same thing you did on the other side. Just get your yarn, might actually just get double of what I need because I had a lot left over from last time. Get it on your needle, and you're gonna do the same thing you were doing just now. Take out the book again. No, actually no, for the first stitch now. First stitch you need the book to be there just to know where you need it to bend, and you go through that, tie a knot. And you're gonna take out the book and go through the rest of it like last time. Now that that's finished, I'm just gonna pull this through, and there we go. Check if your book fits in there, and since it's much bigger, like there's loads of space left over here, like that, it means that it can fit all kinds of book thicknesses. And then if you do this, it closes up just like that. So now you can either put like a button here, which is probably what I'm going to do, and then you're gonna hook it on through this like that. So it's gonna be nice button, cute, adorable. Since I do not have great supplies and I have this really adorable button that would fit perfectly, and I don't have a needle thick enough to get the yarn into and go through the hole because it gets stuck here. It's fun, you know. Well, I figured out that I can just stick the yarn through it on its own. So let's go through that extremely difficult process. A lot of spit has to be included, but who cares? Okay, slightly secured it in. Ah, there we go. Actually nailed it. Oh, I'm so happy. Exhausting. There we go. Let's chop this short-ish, not completely short because then it would fall apart and we do not want that to happen. There we go, we've got a button. Cute. What do you think? I think so, definitely. So you're gonna put your book in, button it all up, and look at the cutie. We're still gonna have to weave in the ends, but we'll do that in a minute. So it looks like this, adorable. The back looks like this, sides, lovely. Let's weave in the ends. So it's all finished weaved in, but I realised that I want this to be a bag. So like when you're going out to the park to read, just gonna put a snacky, a phone, a book in there, and you're ready to go. But I don't want it to always have straps on, so I found these lovely inventions. So I just pop them on and have a strap between them. So I'm gonna get my yarn again, and I'm gonna crochet into this, I guess. Never done this before, but it's always the first time for everything, right? So I'm gonna start with a loop on my hook, go through this, and I guess I'll just like, I don't know how to do this. I may do single, yeah, I'm gonna do single crochets through that. So that's 2, 3, probably gonna do 4. So it's like this thickness. And now I'm gonna do single crochets across the whole thing until it's long enough. And then I'm gonna connect it to this. So this is it all nice and finished. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. So it's got the button, you can button it up just like that. It's nice, pretty, gorgeous. And then I made this, you really don't need to do this, but I did 3 or 4 wide, and I crocheted it onto these lovely thingies. So then if I want it to be a bag, it's like a little handbag, as you see on the screen. It looks lovely with the book. You can have your book, your keys, snack, your phone in there, whatever. And then you literally just pop it off, one side, then the other, and you've got this adorable little pocket thingamajig. Oh, sticking out. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you just like this overall, and I hope to see you in future or past videos anywhere. Really, I'll appreciate it. Don't forget to support, because I need support. So bye.